every single thing that we do, unfortunately, requires money.
Of course.
But here's the catch. How do you choose to spend the money and what do you do with it? We're talking about financial wisdom right here. And it is very important because it helps you make good decisions.
Exactly.
It helps you unlock skills. What kind of skills that you need? What kind of knowledge that you need? What kind of education that comes along the way for you to actually make that perfect decision so that you don't end up like me, broke?
No, I think that in regards of your situation, a lot of people out there are actually sharing the same kind of predicament as well. Hence why we want to get to the bottom of this. How can someone gain these wisdoms and try to be a much more responsible and a better person at that, taking care of your financials, in whatever shape or form. Hence why, together for today, we have in the studio a very special guest. We have ZAHRAIN ARIS BAKTI ZULKIFLI, the Head of Commercial Center of Digital Experience from Bank Islam. ZAHRAIN, how are you?
I'm quite fine, thank you.
Okay. Don't mind the two shiny boys in the studio today, because again, we're shining up everyone down here, so please do not be jealous.
You just put me in the middle.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to call you ZAHRAIN if that's okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. Where's the key to unlock the financial wisdom?
Well, still trying to look for it, but I think we're nearly there.
Right.
All right.
Okay, right now you actually brought to us, along with you actually, you know, some of these stuff right here that's actually very important to help us make perfect decisions, to actually get us to be better when it comes to us, you know, making financial decisions and stuff like that. And you actually want to talk to us more about this specific awesome thing that's happening with Bank Islam for the people out there, which is basically BU. So can you tell us what BU by Bank Islam is and the inspiration behind its creation?
All right, sure, Brandon. Thank you, as well as MEOR, for having me here. It's quite a privilege and honor to be here on a Sunday morning.
Thank you for being here.
All right, so BU by Bank Islam. Well, it's a digital banking proposition by Bank Islam, and well, what inspired us? What came about for us to actually build this new digital banking proposition is that it is actually part of our digital transformation.
Okay.
So back in 2019, we were looking at the market, and then we realized that disruption is real. So this is like about 4 or 5 years back, right? And we anticipated that fintechs will start to land on our shore. It's going to be big, and you'll see like ride-hailing apps, even commerce platform will start providing financial services.
Sure.
Isn't that right?
As we can see now.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Okay. So good. So we kind of had that
vision in our head. Yeah.
All right. So that's one. So meaning that the financial services landscape will change. Right? And then, of course, naturally, the consumer behavior would change as well.
Yeah.
Right? Because you love doing everything just with swipe of the app. Why can't I do that financially? Right? Why can't I just sit down and like gain wisdom on my finances? Right? So that's why we created BU by Bank Islam. And some of the objectives that we were trying to address or achieve was, first and foremost, is actually to impart financial literacy.
Right.
Okay.
Right, because it's like nobody ever teaches you this at school or university, right? Nobody, like, you know, you should be saving, you should be investing and whatnot, right? Second is, even though we are a highly bankable country, that everybody has a bank account, even kids nowadays, right? But there is still a high percentage of underserved or unserved.
Right.
Meaning that those who may not have access to funds, right? Or may not have any financial product that's really suited for them. Right? And thirdly, what we wanted to do was leverage technology, because now you see the advance of technology, now in the age of AI, right? So how are we able to leverage technology to proliferate Islamic finance as well? Because Brendan, you were asking me, you know, I'm a non-Muslim, can I open up an account with BU? Why not? The QR code is there, scan it, download, open up one.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Yes. Lovely. But of course, Zahrain, when you look at all of the apps that is in existence out here right now, as you mentioned as well, everybody and their uncle has an app right now. You know? So what makes BU by Bank Islam stand out? What is the, or should I say, the charming thing, the difference maker when it comes to BU by Bank Islam? What makes you guys different from any other apps out there in regards of giving out, sharing all this wisdom and information?
All right, thank you. So, as we all know that, Bank Negara has issued out 5 digital banking licenses and 3 of them has gone live. And again, it is all early stage right now. So, for the consumers, they may say that it all seem the same. Right, you all have the same opening up account digitally, manage your finances digitally, but what are the differentiators there? So, of course, there's a lot of nuances between it, and those nuances are good, right? Because why? The whole reason of why we have digital bank is actually to cater primarily to the underserved.
Right.
Okay. And also to cut, because it's like, I would assume like, for all of us, it's okay for us to go to a branch, but some may have limit to access and whatnot, right? And every banking proposition, I would say, is trying to solve a certain problem, and that's enough problem for us to solve, right? So for us, from the get-go, we already planned the flag saying that what we wanted to solve, as I mentioned just now, impart financial literacy, and the youth requires this most.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. So, that's one thing that we have invested ourselves to do. We are also investing ourselves to actually, majority of the young adults are also in the gig economy.
Right.
And gig economy, right, they represent 25% of the working population actually in Malaysia.
Okay.
That's quite sizable.
That big.
Right? So, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to solve their problems. I'll take, for example, we have a micro takaful product. It's on-the-job personal accident coverage. And this is something that we did with Zurich Takaful and as well as one of our partners, Senang, right? It's about giving you coverage for gig workers that they can contribute or subscribe to daily at only 80 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's coverage up to 10,000 ringgit.
Wow.
Right? Because, you look at how giggers work is, I select the days I want to work.
Yeah,
days I don't want to work. Because, it's not a steady sort of thing, right? So, the problem with people like us, we have medical benefits and whatnot provided by the company, right? By our employers, right? So, for them, right? And for them, earning daily is quite prohibitive, right? If I were to say that I'm going to subscribe for a medical benefit that costs me like about 100 ringgit a month.
Yeah.
Right? And there you go, 80 cents a day. So that, I would say, is how we are trying to differentiate and how we are trying to tackle the problem that may not have the necessary focus within industry.
Right. I think that's fantastic when it comes to this approach. And you mentioned the younger adults, the young people out there.
Which is not us.
Which is actually us. But then again, you mentioned the gig economy. I think it's perfectly said there. A gig economy and the young people out there. Most young people, if I may say, Generation Alpha, the younger ones, right? They are in school right now. Some of them are already on the verge of going into university. But most of them have already mentioned that, why do I need to work a 9 to 5 when I can just be a TikTok superstar? I earn more money. But then again, this is what they are jeopardizing, like what you mentioned, which is basically sustainability that's provided by the employer. So now with this particular initiative by Bank Islam, which is BU, how is it going to capture them? How is it going to help young people to make better decisions in life to make sure that they are actually well sorted after?
Yeah. So if you're a customer of BU and soon to be customer of BU by Bank Islam,
right.
You'll find out that you'll find out that within our app we have a personalized financial management tool that is AI powered.
Right.
So what does it do? Very, very simple, right? So first and foremost, what it does is it tracks your expenses for you.
Okay.
Okay, you may think that tracking expenses, that's easy. It's actually not, because then you kind of have to categorize the expenses, right?
Right.
Yep.
Utilities, F&Bs, entertainment, savings, sedekah. That's what we are able to do for you.
Okay.
We'll put it by buckets, and then you can see are you spending more on coffee than on good food?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Or are you spending more in eating out than saving?
Right.
Or have
Alright.
you done any sedekah or donation for the month?
Right.
You can see that. It's very transparent.
Wow, okay.
There's a dashboard there.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So that's the first step, right? Of PFM, a personalized financial management tool. Right. So we are giving you the power of knowledge to you where you're spending.
Right.
Okay, that's one. Then saying that, okay, then knowing stuff kind of alters your behavior, right?
Yeah,
It
that's
becomes
right, exactly.
self-conscious,
Yeah, sure it does.
Right, because you're accountable for it. You're accountable to yourself. The next step is actually that we have part of it is a budgeting tool.
All right.
And we start off by asking, how much do you earn
Okay.
monthly? Okay, so you'll put in a figure. All right, okay. F&B, how much do you want to spend? Entertainment, how much do you spend? Utilities, and whatnot, and so forth, right? So you'll create all those buckets. Then it will then tell you that are you still within your budget for the month, or have you
Burst the budget.
burst the
really.
budget?
Right.
So basically, it's like a personal assistant over your shoulder in your phone to beep you and to give a comment like, hey, you're overspending this time around. Hey, no,
Yeah.
you should not be doing that. Hey, you're doing a good job. It is like that, isn't it? At the end of the day.
That's right. So we have Akil here.
Oh, Akil is
Oh, his name is Akil.
His name Akil with his pet chameleon Leon. So
Leon,
that is your financial BFF.
nice.
Right? To have that conversation with you. Whether you should
okay.
be spending or not.
Right.
Lovely.
Now, okay, I think that's a very interesting feature that you pointed out by Bank Islam BU, right? It tells you, okay, look, this is how much you're actually spending on entertainment, so on and so forth,
Yeah.
yada, yada. Now the question is, right, where have we gone wrong here, lah? Why do we need something to tell us what to do? Right, in that sense? But then again, of course, it's very important. We are struggling with savings.
Yeah.
Come on, I mean, I think we still do struggle
Yeah,
with
I think
savings.
everyone is right now. So.
Yeah.
We can't differentiate between need and also wants, right? But then again, how does BU simplify these processes for users? Besides that, of course, it will definitely label for you, okay, look, this is entertainment fund, this is for sedekah fund, so on and so forth. Are there any more features that would actually help with the savings altogether?
All right. Yeah. So when the all right. So when we're looking at now, you did mention that where do we go wrong with savings, right? Well, it's actually quite. When we were designing this, of course, we were with our customers and we were asking them, what's the problem with trying to save? So of course, people would say that at the end of the month, I have nothing to save.
Yeah.
Right? Because again, budgeting helps you to tell you whether is your cash outflow greater than your cash inflow. Okay, so that's step one.
Okay.
Okay. But then I said, okay, yes, now I'm able to save because I know I should not spend more than what I earn. But I accidentally spend it because it's in the same account.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
It happens to me every single time.
Sorry. Like, yeah.
Oh my, I think I actually touched that, right?
Yeah.
So what we did was we created nests. And for every customer, you can create up to 8 nests. So
Okay.
nest is another separate savings account that you can kind of hide your money.
So it's like an account within an account.
That's right.
Okay.
All right? So you can set it, right? You can set your first nest Bali. So it's
Alright.
like, this is for Bali trip with the besties. And you can actually even put an image
Of
as
Bali
the
there.
background,
Bali, like, just
to
to-
kind of like, motivate you and
Lovely.
whatnot. Okay, but now you kind of have it there, but if you don't put in money, this is the point, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we set rules.
Okay.
You can set rules, right? You can set rules and you can set a target. Okay, I'm gonna save like 2,000 ringgit by February,
Okay.
right? Then I was like, okay, that's like about a few more months, right? That's like about effectively 4 months, right? I want to spend 2,000 ringgit, meaning that you have to save 500 a month.
Yeah.
So you can then set that I want to deduct 500 ringgit every month from my main account automatically into the savings account.
So
you can
it
do
auto
that.
deducts.
Yes.
It can do that.
So we
Wow.
term it as set and forget.
Okay.
Because you set, then you forget, then that's it.
And then you spend.
But by February, suddenly you realize that's 2,000 ringgit. Okay, so that's one strategy that we introduced. Another strategy, what we have is what we call 52 weeks rule.
All right.
So the amount that you save commensurate to the number of the week.
Okay.
So week 1, you save 1 ringgit. Week 2, 2 ringgit. 52nd week, 52 ringgit.
So it accumulates.
Yeah, so 52 weeks is in a year. You won't feel it.
All right.
At the end of the year, you have accumulated about 1,387 ringgit.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that, without you even knowing it, because you've actually set it
because
automatically.
it's kind of like automatic. So that's why you set and forget. Because when we talk about saving, when you take the emotional aspect of trying to save out of it, you'll be successful.
Yeah.
But if you allow yourself to kind of decide, should I save or not, that's when most people fail.
All right, lovely. Yeah, of course, when we talk about savings and about budgeting, you know, that's great and all. But of course, a lot of people nowadays are also looking into the possibility of investing, about looking at opportunities out there, you know, whether they can actually invest in whatever it is that's out there. It could be, you know, in a private fund, it could be in gold, it could be in anything.
Yeah.
Where does BU by Bank Islam come in when it comes to investments?
Great. So now we have helped you save a bit of money.
Okay.
Right? And we have 2 great products for the customers to look at. So one of it is BU Al-Alpha.
Okay.
So Al-Alpha is actually an investment account that when you deposit, you invest into this investment account, you have chances to win prizes up to 18 million ringgit.
Okay.
Right? So minimum 50 ringgit you put in, you have a chance. Of course, to increase your chances,
put more lah.
put more. Right? So that's one. And right now, we have a special campaign right up to 31st December.
All right.
Right? So I would really get everyone to take opportunity on this.
Yep.
Minimum 500 ringgit placement. We have our BU term deposit product that gives you a return of 4% for 12 months tenure.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
Right.
4% for 12 months.
For 12 months, for 1 year, effective.
Wow.
So easily you put in 1,000 ringgit, you get back.
Yep, 4%, that's like 40.
That's right.
Yep, and times 12.
Not times 12. That's actually.
Oh, no. I was just testing whether he was doing his math or not. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but that's exclusive on the BU, so anybody can do it and can do it as simply as, you know, scanning the QR code, downloading, and opening an account.
Can you, I'm sure the viewers at home can scan through the TV as well. But then again, you spoke about inclusion, which is perfect, right? This app, you know, it brings to the people out there. Now, how is it going to support like gig workers, you know, students, when actually they are not so informed about, you know, this whole thing altogether, and of course them being me, I dare say that, with less financial experience.
All right, so one of the biggest pain points of that particular segment that we want to address, as I mentioned just now, is being underserved.
Right.
Okay.
So easily put is that we want to make the unbankable bankable, right? Because yes, apart from having financial literacy, there are times where you would require some financial assistance. You need financing. For example, you may have an education financing, right? Because if you don't have it, then you're not able to pursue your study and whatnot, right? Okay, but education financing put aside. But you know, there could be giggers who are budding creative designers, and you know that they require really, really expensive machinery.
Correct.
And that's not something that you can get by working part-time.
That's right. Sure. That's right.
You know, so this is where so as of now, it is not really a segment that is easily addressed by the financial industry, and that's what the digital banks are gearing up to do, including us. So what we want to do, as I mentioned just now, making the unbankable bankable, is that having specific products that cater to their needs. So yes, we are still working, it's still work in progress for us. So we hope that we'll be able to come up with a microfinancing in the upcoming months, especially to the giggers. And for them, usually it's because that they are. It is not that easy to assess their credit standings, right?
Right.
Because they may not have much credit history and whatnot.
Of course.
So that is part of the effort that we're trying to do. That we want to get them bankable.
Okay. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. I guess a lot of more information, you can actually get them directly from Bank Islam. So I'm just going to give you another 20 seconds. Just shout out social medias. Where can I find more info in regards of BU by Bank Islam?
All right. Thank you, MEOR. So I think first and foremost, you can go to our website, www.getbu.com.
All right.
You can look us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right? Just look out for getbu.com. GetBU. That's all.
GetBU.com. Thank you so much, ZAHRAIN, ARIS, BAKTI, ZULKIFLI, Head of Commercial, Center of Digital Experience, Bank Islam. So more information, make sure you guys do check out their socials to get more information and download it now on Apple Store as well as the Google Play Store as well. Thank you, Sheikh ZAHRAIN.
Thank you.